in here. So, good morning, Helsinki. Good morning, Helsinki. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear that. Can we try it again? Woo from everybody, please. That was better. Not bad. That wasn't better, guys. I don't know if you know this. This is the largest DrupalCamp we have ever had here in Finland, and there's a lot of people here. You have to be able to do a better woo than that. Ready? On three. One, two, three. Woo! Yeah, that's not bad. That lets me get to the next slide. That's a pass. Yeah, there we go. My name is Campbell Vertesi. I am the huge manatee on Drupal.org and various other platforms. I've been a Drupalist since you were wearing short pants, everyone except you. And this is my first time in Helsinki, and I'm really excited to be here.
And my name is Juran, and I am Skaraguch on D.O, and I've been a web developer in various shapes and forms for about 15 years, and I too am very excited to be here in Helsinki. This city is gorgeous, and the weather too.
So,
no, that's not true. I was here in February once.
So now you guys know who we are. I'm very interested to know who you are. So can I get some? Can I get a show of hands for some things here? These things always work best if we start with a lot of people and we'll work our way to more and more unusual things.
All right, so how many people here speak Finnish? All right.
I feel lonely with my hand down for that. All right, and how many people, keep your hands up, it's okay, because some of you will lower them down. And how many of you, you work with Drupal on a daily basis?
How many people have contributed patches code or documentation to the... Tomorrow you can fix that.
And how many of you maintain contrib modules?
All right.
I use the word maintain very loosely when I hold my hand.
How many people here have already worked on Drupal 8? All right.
And how many of you have already contributed code to Drupal 8?
All right.
This is pretty impressive.
I know.
More people than I was expecting to have their hands up. Let's see. Can I get everyone who has contributed to D8 to stand up for a second? There was a big cluster of you over here.
Yeah.
All right. Even stay standing for a minute. Everybody give these guys a round of applause. They're the reason we have jobs. All right, sit down. I don't care anymore.
All right. Now, of course, there's the development tracks, but there's also always at these events the social track, the parties and whatnot. So we have a few questions about that. How many of you all here, again, we're starting broadly, like beer?
Can I put up a foot?
Then you won't have a leg to stand on.
How many people have been to a Drupal event before? So I have to keep my foot up. CampCon, whatever. How many people have been to Drupal camps before?
And how many people have been to DrupalCamp Finland before? All right.
You have a fantastic local community here.
Repeat offenders.
Really impressive. Repeat offenders. So this year, DrupalCamp Helsinki is going to be amazing. I know we're all going to tweet, blog, and post about how awesome it is using the hashtag DCFI, and especially because you had such a great keynote. You have to make sure to include that. That's important. All right. That's enough of the introductions. Let's talk a little bit about Drupal.
So, as you all probably know, Drupal is open source software. It is just like anything open source. Some parts are amazing, some parts not so good. They rub you the wrong way. And so naturally, all of us who work in Drupal every day, there's some things we like, and there's some parts that we think could maybe be done a little bit better.
Views, UX, anything, features, DS, display suite and features, that's particularly awful. That actually doesn't even work at all. Half the way the field API information is stored.
Are you through yet?
Actually, I can go on.
Oh, no, please. I think we have a few other things. Is it?
Well, so I'm sure all of you have your own complaints about Drupal.
Actually.
I think that's part of the normal That's part of the normal process. Oops, I didn't mean to go to that slide. That's revealing a joke too early.
Yes.
But so I want us to just take a brief moment of silence. I want everybody here in the room to think about something in Drupal 6 or 7 that really drives you crazy, that really pisses you off. And while you do that, we're going to hum the Jeopardy theme.
So start thinking.
Bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum.
When you stop thinking, you can sing with us.
Bum, 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 bum. Ba da 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 da. Bum, ba da dum, bum, 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 bum. There you go.
That's always my favorite.
Kelsey, please. All right. So now we need everyone all at once to take that thing you were just thinking about that drives you nuts about Drupal 6 or 7 and shout it out. So 1, 2, 3.
Forms API.
No. We need like the same woo energy. Let's try that again. Whoa. Wow.
Okay, all of these pictures work.
That's true. All right. 1, 2, 3. Shout it. Forms API. All right. I heard him.
That's getting better. Here's the thing. This is open source, so the minute you start to complain about something, you get to fix it. So you've all just committed yourselves to improving the heck out of our product. Thank you.
And so as they say in poker, you are now all in. So, what are some of the things that might have bothered you about Drupal 7? Well, these are the 10 central
10, 9. These are the big. We decided that we were going to split you guys up by what are the things that you hate
9.
the most, and unite you in hatred of different components in the Drupal stack.
As it is
so these are the way we divide it up.
As it is said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Yeah.
I was never good at algebra.
So I'd like everybody to stand up who is thinking about a problem with the module structure or the hook system. Stand up.
Stand up. If it was you, modules and
I
hooks.
have to stay standing.
All right.
Man, you're never satisfied, are you? This is so much better than it was in 5. I can't believe it.
So your gesture.
So we're going to give you guys a way to recognize each
you.
other in public. So first of all, just look around the room and you can see the other people
Who are standing, who
hate
are
modules and hooks. And we're going to give you a gesture that you can make, a secret code, a gang sign, if you will, for everybody who is now committed to improving modules and hooks in Drupal 6.
And many of these also have a little soundbite as well. This one lends itself very well to that. So your gesture is the hook. And your sound, of course,
Every one of you make the hook.
Make the hook.
There's only like 6, 7 of you. And now I want you to say, "Arr!"
Well, okay, one, again, as a team. 1, 2, 3. Arr! Excellent.
There was a yarn in there, too. That was extra enthusiastic. Okay, go ahead and sit down.
Sit down.
Next up,
Field
people who complain about the
API.
field API. Anybody complain about anything in the field API, or is it completely flawless? That's so awesome. No, you can stand up
You
for
can stand up for
multiple.
many, yeah.
I mean, how much time do you have to contribute? All right, well, if nobody has any trouble with the field API, then I'm just going to skip it. I'm not giving nobody
No,
an
we're not
action.
giving away the gang signs, no.
No, that's right. Menu.
Menu system.
Menu registry.
Yeah.
Admin menu, the way it looks, the way it feels, the way you have to register every single page call. This is fantastic. All right, you guys are already my favorites. Up twice.
So the menu system, the gesture, the menu, like this. And then the soundbite is, I'll have the swordfish.
Ready? On
1,
3.
2, 3. I'll have the swordfish.
Excellent, excellent. Look around and see who else hates menus and sit
likes
down.
swordfish.
And likes swordfish.
My favorite.
Forms API.
Forms
This one is
API.
mine. Also greatly improved in 7, but I'm still allowed to complain. Anybody else hate the Forms API?
I think you ate everything. All right.
Excellent. Our symbol here, our sign, is the crane stance. Anybody who watched Karate Kid knows this one already.
Yeah, you know this one, right?
Sweep the leg. Awesome.
I thought you meant sweep the leg. I'm sorry. File management.
Also, I should have shouted this one. That's so much worse than forms. Only one person hates file management with me? All right, well, your symbol for you and me.
Yeah.
Like you're rifling through a filing cabinet. We'll do it together.
Ready? Next.
Access and
permissions. Yeah, there we go.
I can feel the hatred flowing through you.
Yep. So this is. I mean, this. Actually,
Everyone, look around. See who else is in. Really doesn't like
do we
the
have a sound
access
for this
permissions.
one? I think.
Yeah.
Like with the. Yeah, there with the. There you go. This is my favorite because as a themer.
And I know we're focusing a lot on front end here this weekend. So, who all has things that they hate in the theme layer? Come on, there's got to be more than one person standing up.
Ruben, don't even pretend.
I know the hate about
All right.
Look around at each other. You guys are all the front end people.
Front end people. All right. So our gesture is we point, and our soundbite is of course, ooh, pretty. So
All
1, 2, 3. Ooh, pretty. Excellent. I just have to say, I think one of the best things about presenting is finding these pictures because this is so much fun.
Part of what I love is that not only does this picture exist, somebody posed for this, like a professional photographer said, here's what I want you to do. Right, so who else has complaints about Search API or in Core or in Contrib? Or the Apache Solar module. It's okay to hate that too.
Or Apache Solar Views.
Yep. I can see we have a lot in common.
Yeah. So, this actually has no sound, but look one way, look the other way. All right.
Excellent. Good job, guys.
Now, all right. Database. We have a winner. Database abstraction layer. Yeah.
This was really hard to think of a gesture for. We'll take suggestions.
Yeah, we're actually going to open it up. What? Yes.
Isn't SQL already an abstraction layer?
Yes. But that's not a gesture.
We need a gesture.
Otherwise, I'm stuck.
Otherwise, we're just going to do this.
Perfect. Everyone makes the database abstraction layer.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so now we're gonna.
Does everyone remember their gesture and their group? You can stay standing.
Yeah. You stand up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we're gonna now go through in order the first time of each of the main set. Thank you. That's what they're called. Components, and then you all as your group will do your gang sign. And your soundbite?
When we call your group, stand up, do your gang sign, sit back down fast because this is going to move quickly.
All right.
So
modules and hook system up. Sit down. Skipping that one. Menu system. I'll have the swordfish. Excellent. Forms API. Okay. File management. Up. There. Access permissions. I know a bunch of you. Excellent. Theme system. Ooh, pretty. Search. Database abstraction layer.
Actually, that did very well. So the point of this exercise, apart from making you all look silly, which I'll be honest, that was a big point of this, is so that you guys can recognize who else at the camp is interested in the same parts of Drupal that you hate and might be interested in helping you make it better, either by working on contrib modules or having a BOF about it. Somebody was asking what is a birds of a feather session. You just post on the whiteboard that you want to talk about what a pain in the ass Search API is, and other people who hate Search API will show up and you can talk about how to make it better.
Are we doing random order now? Make them do it again.
Okay, do it again.
Yeah, all right, now, we're not going in order. Let's see if you can handle this. File management. Pick one.
Menu system.
Menu system. I'll have the swordfish.
Access permissions. Access and permissions.
Access permission. Search.
Theme.
Ooh, pretty.
Database abstraction layer. Did we miss one?
Forms API. Forms API. And last but not least, models and hook system. Arr! Okay.
Right.
I think we.
That's the important business part of the keynote. I hope you guys feel appropriately serious and like you have an in-depth technical understanding of the core issues here. Now I'm going to take you to another direction. Adam mentioned before that we have the social track at Drupal events. So I know most of you have been to Drupal events before. You know, most of us come here for the parties. Actually, I also have one realistic picture. DrupalCamps in particular, more than the cons, are famous for the parties, for the fun atmosphere. Actually, having been involved in a lot of open source projects, I think this is one of the best strengths of the Drupal community, is that we not only are the most brilliant and talented coders.
And modest.
Very modest. Also good looking. But
And
it's
modest.
that we're friends with each other as well, and it makes us really approachable. In some other communities that I could mention, WordPress, it's very difficult to get at the people that are at the top of the game. They seem inaccessible, even if they're perfectly friendly people normally. It's just not the case in Drupal. You guys just saw a bunch of people stand up who have already contributed to Drupal 8, and every one of them, I can promise you, is a friendly, reasonable person, except for Ruben, who's a jerk. So we call this the social track. It never gets featured in the timetable, but since you are at a camp, since you are involved in a local Drupal scene, make sure to socialize. That's actually a really important part of why you're here. So we're going to do the same kind of exercise that we just did, but it's going to be Helsinki themed this time.
Because Helsinki, as we both said earlier, it's a gorgeous city. I mean, look at this.
Sitting on the edge of the Baltic, the modern cosmopolitan city of Helsinki is the world design capital for 2012.
Is that Irish accent?
I'm not clear what accent
Yeah,
it
me
is.
either.
It's
Okay.
Middle Europe.
Go on.
No, it's just fine. The point is that even the first result on Google thinks that this is actually a fantastic place to be. So,
And Google's always right, as we all know.
so my favorite things that I'm excited about in Helsinki: saunas, architecture, food, bars, and attractive Finnish people. Can I get everyone to stand up who is excited about the saunas here? We have one tonight, if you've never been in a Finnish sauna.
I've never been in a Finnish sauna. With vodka, yes. All right.
All right.
All right.
Oh, this is way better. All right, everyone who likes the idea of the Finnish saunas, our gesture is... Excellent. Excellent. Go ahead.
Who here is
Architecture.
Oh,
Go.
Who here is excited about the architecture? This, really? I mean, come on, this is world-class
Front end
stuff.
doesn't care how it's built. He
We
just
actually
cares how it
raced up
looks.
these steps last night on around 1 o'clock in the morning.
Something like that.
Longshanks over here beat me.
Yeah. Anyway, there's fantastic stuff to see in this city. Seriously, the contemporary architecture is maybe better than the classic architecture here, but it's
And
a
I
really
like the
close
classic
fight.
architecture. It's gorgeous.
So, everyone who's interested in seeing the city, stand up.
Or who live, or maybe you live here and you actually just like the fact that your city's gorgeous. That's okay too.
All right, we're going to skip. This is Field API all over
Well, yeah,
again.
actually, this is your API. All right. Food.
We're staying in an apartment, not to brag, but our apartment is like right around that corner.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. So who here is excited about the food and especially the international cuisine here?
We had Nepalese food last night.
It was
actually
pretty
amazing.
awesome. It's okay, you can stand up. Some of us
Food.
like to eat.
Yeah, we love to eat.
We prefer the finer things in life. Our action. Everybody do it. Come on, get the apple.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yeah.
There you go. This one is for you. We were delayed gratification.
Stand up if you're excited about the bars here.
Drinking. We were at this amazing brew pub last night. What was it called?
Bruveri.
Bruveri.
Bruveri. Well, I am
Oh, well.
kind of surprised.
I learned some Finnish today.
I'm kind of
Kiitos.
surprised there's more sauna people.
To where? Kalle.
Okay, that's an inside joke for the Helsinki people. So really, all you people who are sitting down aren't excited about the bars? Well, that's just fine. So our gesture for the bars, big surprise.
All right.
And actually, a big benefit to the nightlife, I'm sure a bunch of you will stay standing, is all of the beautiful Finnish people. Don't pretend you haven't noticed them. They're everywhere here.
Well, okay, fine. Technically, he's Danish.
But there is some fan fiction about the reindeer's backstory, where he is technically from Finland, so we figured that he counts. Who here is excited about partying with the Finns?
Yeah, all right.
This guy. Our gesture for this. Woo, woo.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Woo, woo. All right.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's do this again. We're going to review the perks.
Saunas. Up.
Architecture, I'm going to do it. Food. Bars. Attractive Finnish people. All right. Very, very good.
No.
What, do you want me to do it in random order? Oh, no, that's right. Plus, if you're out all night tonight drinking and saunaing and drinking, it's all right because there's no sessions tomorrow.
There are sprints tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is when the really awesome code gets laid.
He said gets laid.
So,
Tell me about Drupal 8, Adam.
well, I'd love to. Here are some of the things that are awesome about Drupal 8. The multilingual capabilities. You can translate.
Don't explain. Just go
Oh,
right through
okay,
because we've
sorry,
got a slide
sorry.
for each one.
Multilingual capabilities. New configuration management. Also backported to Drupal 7. Not too shabby. It's better in Drupal 8. Built-in RESTful web services. Effortless authoring. Fun and fast theming.
And much, much more.
All right. Multilingual capabilities. You can now translate anything in the entire Drupal system, be it content, be it things in your forms.
Every element in the whole thing, and it's a hell of a lot easier. Can I just get a quick round of applause for anybody who actually uses multilingual and does more than one language?
Yep.
This. Oh my gosh, this may put me out of a job, configuration
Because
management.
this replaces features. Features goes bye-bye.
Or all of that time spent clicking.
And that little throbber.
Does everybody here know about the exciting configuration in code work in D8? I mean, I know you guys know about it. The deal is, there's no longer this distinction in the database between things that are config and things that are content, and it's really hard to migrate some of it without migrating other stuff with it. Now, everything that has a configuration interface saves it in a file that you can revision. This is really cool for those of us who have to deploy configuration around.
Except that they don't go into revision the versioning system.
They're not going to revision the...
You cannot put them in version control, the configuration.
They're YAML files.
Yeah, but they are, well, you'll see when you look at it, but the directories are wrong. You cannot deploy it like that.
That sounds like a great session for a BOF.
I am interested.
Yeah.
That makes me a lot less excited. All right, RESTful. One of the great things about D8 is that it is all of the transport between different components happens in a RESTful data structure. So if you want to plug in a new component, there is a totally normal standards compliant way to do that. It is extremely easy to, compared to 7, to swap out a major subsystem of Drupal with something totally custom. If you want to use Drupal as a backend for a mobile app and have no HTML generating front end, that's totally fine. If you want to use it as a backend for a Facebook app, that's totally fine. If you want Facebook to be your data layer, that's totally fine because it's all RESTful structures.
Effortless authoring. This has 2 major components I'm very excited about. One, WYSIWYG in-core, CK editor.
No
Is it the
more
best one?
RESTful
I don't know. It's a good one, and it's in core. You don't have
Already
to
set up for you.
You don't have to put in a library. You don't have to configure anything. It's there, and built-in in-place editing, which, for those of you who do site building, that's kind of awesome.
Anybody who has clients that use Drupal, this is actually
This is actually now a huge selling point. It's a twig. Fun and fast theming. And so one of the really exciting things about Drupal 8 is the new twig templating system, which at its core means that themers can't mess up code and coders can't mess up the theme. It's much more separated.
basically we compile templates down to optimized PHP. We have a nice sandbox mode that the themers can use, so they can test template code without breaking my site.
And they can also you can do some array type manipulation. You can loops. You can have logical structures which deal with the data that you're given, but not actually pushing stuff back towards the database.
Without messing up my site.
Sorry. It only happened once.
So the much more, actually we can talk about this a lot, and I would expect some of you talking to the Drupal 8 contributors are going to talk about this a lot more over some of that beer and in some of that sauna. But the big thing is that D8 is hopefully the last total API rewrite that Drupal is going to have to go through for a long time. Those of you like me who have been through several major Drupal versions already know what a huge pain it has been, that every time we have a new major version, we throw out half of the API. Most of your old code isn't going to work, and it's just a massive pain. Part of the point to moving to Symfony architecture, part of the point of all of the API rewriting that we're doing now to an object-oriented model is that we don't have to break backwards compatibility with every version release. We want to be able to release Drupal 9 without breaking backwards compatibility. The rewrite also means that we have completely rewritten a lot of the components that we were all complaining about a few minutes ago. That means that we've called out a few things that were really frustrating, but there is a ton of improvement in D8 in all of those sections. So the reason that we are not on D8 today, this morning, the reason I have to run my presentation software through Google and not through D8, because it would be really easy to plug into presentation output, is that we still have a lot of critical issues to be that have to be cleared out before we can be considered ready for production.
Now, some of these issues are very difficult, but others are rather low-hanging fruit. But let's look at, these are the ones that were last night up on, and if you want to keep track of it, the groups.drupal.org/core/TWIDC, this week in Drupal core. And these are some of the heavy hitters.
These are the ones that we're trying to focus on this week. So the first two actually just need code review and testing. Who here, hands up, feels competent to test?
Like just click and
really
type
install
stuff.
Drupal 8 and try
click.
it. And then complain on a forum when it doesn't work. Is this really the only hands that I'm getting? You guys are not a real open source community if you can't complain better than that. Yeah, for the first one, all you have to do is make a custom entity and just see if it can store data appropriately. And the second one, make a multilingual configuration, export it, and see if it works when you re-import it. The third one is what's going to allow things like display suite to work. We have a patch there that works, but it's missing dependencies, it's missing a bunch of other information. It needs a bit of work that doesn't require a lot of technical expertise. And the last one, I think, is actually not complicated to code. It's one of those discussion threads where we're not sure how to do it.
There are also, I'm sure, a bunch of even simpler, talk about the low-hanging fruit, documentation, or on some of the front-end stuff, some of it is really turning preprocessed functions into the new Twig format. I did one of these a couple weeks ago. Wasn't too bad. If I can do it, you can do it.
So one more time before we go out, can I just get everyone who has already contributed to Drupal 8 to stand up? One more time, we're going to give these guys a round of applause. And one more time, I'm going to tell you all, these faces are the people that you should be approaching for the sprints tomorrow.
And to have a drink with tonight.
And to have a drink with tomorrow.
And have a drink with tomorrow.
They're friendly people. They want to help you contribute to D8. And if we can make a significant dent in the criticals at this camp, that's a really big deal for progress, and we can have bragging rights in Austin. So thank you, everybody, for getting up so early for the keynote. We're looking forward to a bunch of fantastic sessions today. I am particularly looking forward to code sprinting on Saturday. This is the first time in years that I can do this without clients getting in the way.
So let's cap off the keynote with one more woo, or group woo, full of energy, full of life.
One,
two, three. Woo! All right.
Thank you very much.